What's up, guys? It's Black Boss 91 coming to you with another Bleach chapter, chapter 617, entitled Chapter Return of the God. Now, that title can mean two things, maybe, well, probably two things: return of Aizen Sosuke, him being the God, and the return of the Soul King, or at least the substitute. So, this chapter had a lot of things going, and it felt fulfilling and full. Like I got a full course meal in this chapter because a lot of the chapters beforehand, um, not last week's chapter, but chapters before that were just pretty much quick, nonchalant, not really much going on, not really interesting. But this, we finally see Aizen Sosuke. But before I even get into that, the beginning part, just the fact that everything's going on where the world is being destroyed and Ukitake, his Kamikage finally basically comes out of his body and is able to save, not really save the Soul King, will kind of like more protect him, and him being the substitute. Now Bach did not see this happening, so I'm thinking, okay, why can't he see this? You know, of his power. His power is almighty. He's supposed to see everything, but I guess there's certain things that he's limited to see. Or the Soul King had already set up certain things way, way beyond in the past. Because as of right now, we know the Soul King doesn't have any arms or legs, which I'm kind of puzzled by that. Because I do believe beforehand he did have arms and legs. Like hundreds of chapters ago, I think a year or two ago, but whatever. Anyway, so that has occurred. So this might help later on if there's other parts of, well, there are, if the other parts of the Soul King's body, like I guess you could say the left arm, the left leg, and the right leg come back into play, this can help kind of tackle Yuha, or kind of like it's set up to possibly defeat him in the future. Now, a lot of the characters, like as of Yuha, don't really know what's going on with Ukitake. Kisuke is kind of puzzled. He doesn't really know. Soifeng, she doesn't really know too, but she's kind of explaining that he's like a substitute, and they're asking Kisuke for questions, but he, like I said, he doesn't really know. And we just kind of see everybody, a lot of the characters pitching in, trying to get to the Soul King because the Ryatsu transmitter is trying to get there. I guess because of Ukitake, he was there to give that Ryatsu. He's no longer doing it because he's the one sacrificing his body to save the Soul King or be the substitute. So I think that was pretty great. Just seeing the fact that, okay, regardless of whatever happens to Ukitake, he is giving up his life, sacrificing it to save the Soul King, whether how big or small. Which this is very big because it ends up stopping the quaking of the Soul Society and possibly the Living World and Wake Mundo. Now they're trying to go up, and Myri has an amplifier for the Ryatsu machine, which a lot of people are saying that he's like a convenient plot device character where anything happens and you need something, you can go to Myri because he got it, or Kisuke, which is like, okay, well, it is what it is. He's one of those characters, and I don't mind that. Myri's was those characters where he's just in the laboratory creating things. That's what scientists do. They're curious about things and they want to create so they can improve and help out and make the world better. No matter how sick or twisted their methods are, there's a method to Myri's madness. So we have that. Ichigo and them, they're just surprised. They're not really doing anything. I mean, that was just a little quick note for him. But Aizen, now, I wasn't 100% sure if Kubo was going to show Aizen in this chapter. I was looking forward to it, but it was 50-50. It was kind of like, okay, probably more so 78, 12, 60, 40. It was, I felt like Kubo a lot of the setup that he was doing in this chapter, it felt a lot like he was going towards showing Aizen. But I strongly felt that. But on the backside, sometimes he kind of just trolls and you know, plays with people's emotions about like getting their interested. Like, oh, is he? No. Is he gonna come out? No. So I wasn't fully sure if he was gonna bring him out. He could have just been like, he's not here yet. Oh, next chapter, he's not here yet. Oh, it just comes at a wrong time. But it was the perfect moment, and he ends up being released by Kuraku. I think I pronounced his name wrong in the last video for last week, but he ends up releasing him, and there's several seals. I think it's a total of 7, but each seal has a key, and he was going to remove 3 of those so he can respond to stuff, you know. And another thing that we find out the timeline of how long he's been sealed, and Kuraku mentioned that, you know, you've been locked away here 2 years. You know, most characters, or we'll say most people locked up for that time, it's hard for them to be able to use their mouth. But he's an exception. He has the Hyojoku, and you know, and a lot of his powers have been infused with him. So he's practically a god. He manipulates will. Period. That's what it is. So he removes one of the seals for his mouth so he can talk, but we end up finding he comes out of the darkness and shows himself. Like, you know, he tells me you could use those other seals to send me back up if you want to. So I'm not sure if it was his illusion ability where he's just showing him this. That my first thought was that, okay, the illusion ability that he thought he was sealed up, but he already released himself. Or on the flip side, he's still sealed up, but he's just showing himself to Kuraku, like just playing tricks on him. But knowing how powerful Aizen is, and one of the thoughts I had with Aizen is that as he's been locked up, they can't really kill him. So his powers have probably developed over those 2 years. And being restrained for that long time, he has a lot of time of thinking. So he's probably developed, strategized, planned on his escape of possibly one day of, you know, getting out. And his powers, I've guaranteed his powers been growing. And, you know, Juha Bach did come to him because he considered him war potential. So, you know, don't sleep on Aizen. Aizen's pretty good. He's pretty powerful. So I'm just looking forward to what Aizen's going to do. What side is he going to choose? Is he going to work with the Shinigamis, or he's going to work with the Quincy's? Who knows? He might even just work for the Hollows, you know, or work with, you know, which side is he going to choose? So those are my thoughts on the chapter. Guys, let me know what you think about this chapter. You could tell me in the comment section below. Like this video if you did. If you want to do a video response, you could do that too. Or, you know, go to my Facebook fan page in the description box below. So this is BlackBus91 signing out.